feedback. We're not going to read all these. What's the deal with this microphone?
Hold it straight. See, it's up. There you go.
Only been doing this for 3 or 4 decades. A certificate of special congressional recognition to Al Shrier from Congressman Robert Brady. Honorable Brady. And also a very nice proclamation from the United States Senate, Senator Pat Toomey, or Mr. Shrier. From the City of Philadelphia, I'll read the first and last paragraphs, Al. Dear Mr. Shrier, it is a pleasure and privilege to join with your friends, family, colleagues, and the student athletes of Temple in congratulating you on 60 years of distinguished service as Temple University Sports Information Director. On behalf of the City of Philadelphia, I commend you on a remarkable lifetime of career contributions and congratulate you on your many accomplishments. Sincerely, Michael A. Nutter, Mayor of Philadelphia. To Al Shrier, it is my pleasure to join with your family, friends, colleagues to recognize you for 60 years of dedicated service to the Athletic Department of Temple. For the past 6 decades, you have faithfully served your alma mater, and your efforts over the years reveal your remarkable caliber of character and talent for leadership. As a member of 5 Halls of Fame, a recipient of numerous awards and honors, you have certainly upheld Pennsylvania's commitment to excellence. I commend you for all your efforts at Temple, extend my gratitude for all you have done for the Philadelphia sports community. As Governor, and on behalf of all Pennsylvanians, I am pleased to recognize you for your career in college athletics, serving Temple student athletes and coaches. Please accept my very best wishes for continued success and happiness in the future. Tom Corbett, Governor. I'm going to try this again. Mr. Al Shrier, Temple University Sports Information Director. 60 years, 6 decades, 720 months, 3,120 weeks, 21,900 days, 525,600 hours, 31,536,000 minutes. You get the idea, ladies and gentlemen. 60 years, Mr. Al Shrier. Also, during his tenure, there have been 167,423 official documented inquiries about what exactly is inside that infamous, ubiquitous document bag he carries around. And to date, there have been 167,423 responses directly from Mr. Shrier to that question. And the responses are exactly the same. Quote, none of your damn business. Did any of you see the movie Zero Dark 30 recently? I saw it recently, and in the beginning of it, they show them torturing all these terrorists that are hunting for bin Laden. And I couldn't help but think that if that bag was somewhere locked away and they had him up there torturing him, that Al, I said, he would not tell them under any circumstances what was in that bag. That's what came to mind, Al, when I watched that movie. Sorry, Al. I don't think you'd tell them. 60 years are proof enough that Al Shrier loves Temple University and Temple University loves Al Shrier. In fact, there's only one thing in the world Al loves more than Temple, and that's the beautiful love of his life, Ruthie Shrier. Ruthie, on behalf of all of us, thank you for supporting Al and Temple for 43 of those 60 years and for putting up with all of us along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, Ruthie Shrier. It would be impossible for anyone to stand up here and put together words that adequately do justice to Al Shrier's magnificent Temple career, so I won't even try. What I will say, however, about Al is that Nobody has spent more time or worked more diligently serving Temple University. No individual represents the mission, the values, and the best qualities of this university better than Al does. No university has a more genuine ambassador of goodwill. And no friend of Al Shrier's, many of you who are here this evening, no friend of Al Shrier's has a better friend than Al Shrier is to you. One of a kind, loyal to a fault, beloved and respected by all, a Philadelphia treasure. Our founder, Dr. Russell Kama, would call him a precious, priceless diamond found right in our backyard. The rest of us would describe him as the epitome of Temple made. Ladies and gentlemen, a very special evening for a very, very special individual, Mr. Al Shrier.
I was going to start my remarks with something else, but because of that film and everybody yelling about the bag, I decided to tell you a story. We're playing a football game at Veterans Stadium, and I get a message. Bill Cosby has to see you. I said, what does he want? He said, he just said he has to see you. It's urgent. I finally found him hidden away in one of the other boxes. And I said, now what's your problem? I'm hungry. I said, well, what do you want me to do about it? I said, come on, we have a thing next door. I'll take you in there and I'll feed you. No, I want hot dogs. I said, no hot dogs. Can't do it, and I walked out on him. And he looked at me with that sourpuss of his, and I said, see you later. He didn't know it, but I had a secret. I knew of another party that was serving hot dogs and hamburgers. So I went to the other party, and I said, wrap me up 2 dogs, no mustard, because I don't want to mess. Stuffed them in my bag, walked back to the box, walked in, and he said, what'd you do? You didn't bring me anything. I said, Cosby, you always wanted to know what was in the bag? And I pulled out the 2 hot dogs, and you should have seen that face. I'm astounded by this wonderful turnout. I'm not used to being the one. I usually bring people to be honored. But this is a great tribute. There's so many people in the room that I would like to speak about. I can't, because I've learned a lesson. You single out a few, and then the others get PO'd at you. So that was always my advice to people when they had to go to different banquets. But there are just 2 people I'm going to mention. One is the guy that just introduced me, and I know he only insisted that we have this little affair. And then, of course, my new publicist, Larry Doherty, who's got me into the paper more in the last 3 weeks than in my 60 years at Temple. Everybody said to me, how can you be here at 60 years? I don't know. I mean, it's amazing how time flies, but it's people. It's people like you. I just keep meeting new people. They say, well, how can you do the same job? I say, remember, I did everything here but coach. And, and I enjoyed it, and I love it because we get new coaches, new players, new everybody's. And it's just been absolutely wonderful. I'm not going to keep you here long. I know I could regale you with a million stories, but I'm going to tell you this. The year 1969 was the year that I really remember. Why? Because the Als won the NIT, and as a present, they gave me my Ruthie. Ruthie, come up here, please. How she can put up with me for this amount of time is amazing. But she's done it, and I just would have to say that thank God I have her, because I don't know where I'd be without her. She's my sweetheart, and you're all my sweethearts. And thanks a million for this wonderful occasion, and I really, really appreciate your coming. Thanks very much. pregame.